What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back to the old subscribers. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm going to do some really quick readings for all the signs. Channel some messages for everybody. And, of course, they came up with Virgo first. So, what do they want Virgo to know? Virgo, you've had like a weird conjunction for Pluto. I don't know what your Pluto is in. Something to do with Gemini, something to do with hold on, sorry. I'm something to do with your Mars. And it's like, it's such a really big transition for you, but your energy sometimes, like you have like, not only your energy, you carry humanity's energy for this because of this growth and expansion. Like you and, I was going to say your kind, but that's really rude. Like you and people around you, or certain people like you, maybe with similar things. I don't know if you have Cancer in your chart, but it's all about like figuring out what you like to do and then going down the road towards that to find your talents, to find your sense of adventure, like going after something that you're curious about, making a clear decision to send that message to that one person, or to understand that not every transit is going to bring good things. We've had quite the illusionary battles at times where we're thinking things are going to be good and they feel like they're good and they look good and they smell good, and then you're like, this is some fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? But it's like there were some things, I think, where you had to make a decision about something, and it's like, for you just want things to be okay. You want things to be everyone to be healthy. You want everyone to, you want to be able to move, travel. You want to heal. Like, I think you have an overall positive message for everyone, but it's like there's so many expectations, Virgo, that you forget, and sometimes you care so much, but then there's so much fear involved in that it's like, maybe some of you guys are attached to an outcome that I'm not saying you can't have, but if there's friendships in your life or people that you really care about or that you want to talk to or you need to, it's making the time to pick up the phone, even if it's just picking up the phone and calling them, because there's some emotions here that are in a weird place, and maybe there's someone in your life who can give you feedback, who can talk to you in a positive way, someone who communicates really well, someone who can show you or illuminate your personal power, because we're kind of going through some weird shit right now. You do have like this partnership energy, but you're kind of dealing with people, or you've had to teach, that have been a sibling in a past life, that have stressed you the fuck out, that give you a lot of anxiety, and it's like you kind of given a back seat to what you want to do. So now you're being, I'm not gonna say forced, but kind of, you have to take some time and work on your emotions and find that playful energy. Understand that there's a divine plan here, and that your optimism and your, creativity in a career is going to come for you when you connect with your spirit, and when you encourage yourself, other people, like, it'll come back to you. So I wouldn't worry about it. But this is about like finding that freedom to transform on your own, finding that freedom to let go of old things and begin something new, letting go of the anxiety about everything that's online, and take care of yourself, and wish everyone well. And you guys are leaders, but that friendly and gentle energy that you carry is a really strong ability for you to communicate with people on a mental level to help them grow as well. But in that, you're going to learn how to express yourself better too. And you're starting to remember, or you will remember, a time when it was easier to make a decision, I think. And I think that for some of you guys, you need to go back and like read that book that you want to read, or do some more research to maybe work on your communication skills and make the effort and put the attention in, and not be flying all over doing things for everybody else. There is some father energy here for you, that there's going to be a friendship in your life that reminds you of that. And I think that a part of you is going to be really triggered. So it's like, but it's like you're really connected to them. And I think that there's certain things about this person that bother you, that the reason they bother you is because that's how your father was, or that's, maybe it's like a back and forth thing. But we're giving those lessons to learn because we haven't learned them. And it helps us in turn self-reflect on things we haven't dealt with as a child. Because in you kind of taking this time out and, you know, shutting your door, getting a break, and getting out of this energy where you were worried about everything and you had a lot of regrets and you had a lot of grief, I think that there's so many potential things in your life, and people look good, and people, you're going to be finding out that this child energy, this inner child thing could be preventing you from having the healthy relationship that you desire, because you didn't have someone to protect you, and you can't find that grounding on your own. Sometimes it's hard for you to have strength and confidence in yourself because you didn't have someone there to show you how to do that. But you are able, because your soul knows the way, and your honesty will always bring you success. Your hard work, your curiosity, and your sense of being connected without really even realizing you're connected. I think that it's Scorpio energy that is you're afraid of, because Scorpio represents everything in our subconscious that we don't want to deal with. But there's also this energy of finding this sense of freedom from those emotions and those, and talking about it, whether it's with this person or another person, and making the choice to not put up with people who do shit behind your back. Could have been an Aries, Scorpio, Libra. Keeping it to yourself, not really telling people how much it hurts you. You know, somebody you have children with, for some of you guys, could be an Aquarius. And then this unexpected thing happens where you find your sense of individuality. You start to take care of yourself. You start to look better. You start to be honest with yourself. You start to communicate more with people, and your health gets better, and you have these friendships. And then this marriage will be in your life before you know it, but it's going to take some teamwork. It's going to take some balance and harmony, you know, because we have to find a sense of individuality on our own and be okay in that energy sometimes before we can go into a healthy relationship where it's equal, because we're not going to know how to do that if we've never had to do that kind of thing. Like, there's family energy where you want to be really happy. It's like you've only seen it one way, and it's only been brought into your life in one way, but it's never made you happy, you know. It's made you deal with people who, maybe there was just horrible communication with you and your father. Maybe you feel like everyone's going to cheat on you, or you feel like things are done behind your back, or they're going to be one-sided, or you've given so much in relationships, and so you're just like, I'm isolating myself. This is a karmic lesson, because you don't realize how strong you are. For some of you guys, you don't know how many times you've made these decisions, and you know what makes you happy, and you have these gifts and abilities, and you know things, you just know things, kind of, you know what I mean? That things have to happen in such a manner to be brought out so that new things can come in, because you're holding on to some things in your life when it has to do with religion, when it has to do with possessions, when it has to do with ego, that are holding you back from getting what it is that you want. And it could be a Saturn return for some of you too, because Saturn return is all about kind of waiting your turn, for lack of better words, but bad things kind of happen for a certain amount of time. But that just means it's not your turn right now, and you want this business to go off, and you want, you know, certain things that you want, and you'll find that. But at the same time, maybe it is not the right time because there's certain things that are going on around. Some of you guys need to get your heart checked. Some of you guys need to look into something to do with there could have been a death, or there was something that you don't know about, and I think that something from the past, so a childlike energy. It could be like you feel like you owe people something because they're your family, or that, you know, you don't want them to be stressed out, but then you keep it to yourself how much it bothers you. Some of you guys want to have a baby, you want to adopt a baby, you want to just have the opportunity to have the option, I think, but you're afraid to talk about it. Or maybe you just need to go back and nurture that inner child. Like, take the time to have some fun, and you don't have to be sneaky, or this person you're dealing with, you know, it's a hard time to have compassion and peace, and it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to not be okay sometimes, that you're going through something and you've been under such a heavy role that they want you to know that there's changes, but you have to get into the right frame of mind where you know that, for a matter of fact, this is the truth. You fact checked everything. This is the truth of what's going on. You know, you're able to protect yourself in environments where you're around other people. You have patience with yourself. They have, you know, that you're not going to be so easily manipulated by things anymore because you know better. You know, your communication skills are going to get better without you realizing it. And I think that you can go on this trip, or you can meet people in your community, or you can go back to school, or, you know, encourage someone in your family to go back to school. But I think that you guys want a routine, and you want things, you know, want to know ahead of time what you need to do, because that's how you do things. It's easier to have something set in stone. But this is the year where you're not going to have that, because there's shakeups and breakups and chaos and confusion and isolation and growth and so much happening at once. But at the same time, it's developing things, and it's an adventure. You can look at it that way, right? Oh, what I was going to say is Mercury. Sometimes we have a lot of Mercury in our system, and a lot of people do, and they don't realize it. And there's certain things where you can detox your body from that, and you'll feel a lot better. Maybe you'll be able to make clearer decisions. There's definitely communication here from a job. You'll get the job, if that's what you're wondering. You have to tell yourself that you're going to get the job, though. You have to work your magic. You know, you might have to work with people that you don't really want to work with, but at the same time, you can still do your own thing. You can still take time out by yourself to work on things, you know, because you have your own energy that will stand out from other people. So you don't have to worry about not being seen or heard. You know, just take care of you and what you're doing, and don't worry about the rest. Otherwise, I see good things. So if you missed an opportunity, I think that was something that was meant to be done. It was something that was meant to be over, because I think that this person was like really, really possessive over you, and it kind of made you not want to be with them, because you wanted to freedom from that. And that person was stepdaddy issues for somebody. They needed to work on themselves. You couldn't do it for them. So anyways, release the expectations, or release the attachment to the outcome of the situation, and let it kind of like let go and let God. Just give it to the universe, because I don't see anything bad, but I do see changes. And I think that there's some things that are being given the illusion that they're true and they're not. So it's important for you to know that. Anyways, have a good night.